Richmond's really good. I think non-conference wise, this will be probably the biggest home non-conference game we've had, in our, starting our fourth year here. So, projected NCAA tournament team with a lot of guys back from last year, so should be a heck of a game.
Similar kind of setup to you guys in that sense, other than they were in an IT team last year. I mean, what does this do for your guys to get a competitive game like this on the schedule this early?
Yeah, our guys are excited. I mean, you get what we think is a top 25 type team into the Knapp Center. I think it's a great opportunity for our team, for our fans to come watch a really good competitive basketball game.
What have you seen out of Io adjusting to life at Drake after coming over from Uno?
Yeah, Io's been great. He's just he fits in so well with the team. He's a great leader. He just wants to win. That's all he cares about. And he's always got a smile on his face. He always brings great spirit to practice. And I think he's been an awesome addition for us.
How much of a learning curve is there for new guys when they come in to learn the press style on defense, the high pace on offense, and then translate that into a practice session where there aren't refs, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, it's always hard, when you're the new guy. But I think he's played so much basketball and has such a great feel and command for the game that he's adjusted really quickly to everything we try to do. And I really like what he brings to the table for us.
Tank talked about his yoga habits. I mean, is that kind of something you encourage the guys to do, is to find kind of their outlets for whether it be stretching or what have you, physical activity?
Yeah, we're actually trying to implement some more of those things with yoga and things for our guys. I was actually meeting with our strength coach just yesterday on getting some more guys involved, because I do think it is so good. The problem is they might make me join them, but I think it's certainly good for our guys to get some avenues outside of basketball to help maybe get a little mental release.
Any chance you let Tank run a yoga class for the team? Just say, hey, everyone show up, Tank's running it?
If it helps everybody jump like he does, I'm all for it. So sign me up for that one. I wish that's about 25 years too late.
Yeah, Coach, just with I felt like Sunday, the brand of basketball that you have been wanting to play for 3 years really was on display. Defensively, high flying, knocking down threes. How much of that is a preview of what has been in the works for so long?
Yeah, I think over the course of really offensively, I think we've kind of played a similar style, that we've made some adjustments along the way. But defensively, last year, now heading into this year, is where we've really started to, I think, get to the identity that we want to be at. And I think now our offense and our defense match, where before we were maybe playing a little higher paced on offense, and defensively we were a little more packed in. So we've gotten to where our offense, is in attack mode. Now we got our defense in attack mode too. So getting out with the pressing and changing defenses in that way, being more aggressive in denials and things has really helped us. And I like where we're at. Obviously, we still, have some areas that we want to continue to get better at. But the guys really seem to enjoy it, and I think it's a fun style for them to play and people to watch.
Yeah, with people to watch, kind of following up on that opportunity to come in here on Saturday against Richmond. What should fans expect when they walk into the Knapp Center from all areas?
Well, I think you see a great family environment that people really enjoy. I think there's a lot going on outside of just the basketball game that is very kid friendly and fan friendly, family friendly. That you can see it continue to grow, and the excitement level around town. With the people that come to games, they want to come back, and that's what's awesome. We want people coming back, and I think for people that love basketball, they're going to really enjoy watching our team play and how unselfish they are, how much fun they're having. It's easy not to, or it's hard not to have fun with them, and I think you'll see that on Saturday again as well. I think you'll see a great basketball game with two teams that are competing to try to play in the NCAA tournament at the end of the year. And I think you'll see a very highly competitive, fun-spirited game.
I know your focus is obviously on Richmond, but do you encourage the guys to go check out the women's game on Thursday against Iowa State when you get an in-state rivalry like that, even if it is the women's basketball team?
Yeah, our guys try to go to as many games as possible. We were at the game last night. We were at their opener as well. So and vice versa. They support us. So again, it goes back to here, like we're all kind of supporting each other and in it together. So anytime we can, we get out there to support them just like they do us.
I'll just say the chemistry that we got the same people coming back from last year with a few additions. Just keeping that team bond and just transferring what we had last year onto this year and keep it rolling.
What stands out about Richmond when you watch them on film, if at all?
We haven't watched them yet, so I'm not sure, but we'll be ready for a battle.
I mean, for you, what's the adjustment been like over here at Drake, and what have you maybe picked up the most from this team in your short time?
Yeah, the adjustment, at first it was definitely different. The way things are done around here is that it's at a high level. So, just kind of changing from what I was used to getting behind the way Drake does their things. It was really eye-opening to me. And then, I just feel like I feel like I'm fitting in pretty good so far. So, just kind of following after everybody's lead and just taking in what they got to tell me. I think that's the biggest key.
When you walk into a locker room that does have so many guys returning, I mean, what's that like as far as trying to figure out who people are, what they're about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't too hard to find out who the leaders are. When I came in, it was easy to see that there's a specific guys that everybody kind of gets behind and follows. So it wasn't too hard finding out and adjusting to what Drake's all about.
Tank, how do you stay healthy? I mean, it's a long season. You're a week into it, 2 weeks into it now. I mean, it's a long haul. How do you pace yourself a little bit, maybe, if that's the right word?
Well, I like to do a lot of yoga and plus extra stretching with Rhino and being proactive in the training room instead of being reactive after I get hurt. I'll go in there just to do like the little things just to maintain the strength and the little bones, little ligaments that you have in your lower legs, upper body. So I do that. I'd rather be proactive going throughout this long season.
How long have you been doing yoga for?
I started about 2 years ago. About 2 years ago when I was at Green Bay. So.
Who started? I mean, was there a reason for? I mean, yoga is not something everybody's doing these days. But.
Yeah, but it picked up in the sports world. So I heard a lot of the NBA players doing it, and I wanted to try it out. So went to late night sessions, and then I ended up liking it. So I've been doing it since.
Any of the other guys joining you in it?
Roman does it a little bit with me. So.
Okay. Gotcha. I mean, yoga anywhere in the future for you, man?
I actually was doing it a little bit. We was over in the Bell Center, did it a couple times, but I stopped. So I probably gotta get back on there, get back in there with Tank.
Well, what's yoga like for you, for a guy that's still when you're still trying to learn what it's all about? Like,
Yeah, I mean, luckily there was some pretty good teachers in there, that kind of slowed it down. It's really good for just stretching, just trying to get deep and relax in the mind, So I did it a couple times for sure. Probably not as much as Tank and Roman have been doing it, but I think it's definitely beneficial.
How does the Summit League prepare you for the MVC?
Oh man, the Summit League is definitely a good league. There's really good teams. Like we know, we play South Dakota State in our scrimmage, so there's definitely good teams in there. But I would say that the MVC, obviously, I haven't played a game in MVC yet, but coming from Summit League practices to MVC practices, I could definitely tell the difference. There's more length, a little more speed. So, I think it definitely helped a little bit, but there's still another level.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask about the brand of basketball. We've seen it in flashes and in moments throughout Tank, your time here, and I was just a couple games, but the high flying, high paced, tough defense. What is it like playing in this system?
Oh, it's great, especially for the group of guys. I think they do a great job recruiting the ones that want to play fast and want to get after on the ball and for defense. It's wonderful, especially for me being athletic, and I like playing like that. I've been playing like that since high school. That's how my high school coach played. So it's always great to be in a system where I get to be aggressive on offense and defense.
For you?
Yeah, it's super fun playing with a lot of high flying athletes. Being able to throw the ball up there and there's people that can go get it. And then obviously pressing, that's something that I didn't do too much at my old school. So coming here and getting in the press, you definitely could see that it changes the game and causes turnovers and get us going, get our offense moving a lot more. So I like it.
What's that translate to in practice? If you're playing at that pace, practice has to be probably a little bit more than that too, right?
Oh, man.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah, we practice hard.
Do you enjoy that? Do things get a little physical with you guys? Obviously not to to the extremes, but
Yeah.
physical practice.
It is because there's no refs out there, so there's no refs out there, so it's not any. It barely fouls being called, so it does get physical.
Yeah, most definitely.
With this game coming up on Saturday against Richmond, look, you guys learned how important it is to get some of the games early on when it comes to the NCAA tournament bid, possibly at large. So how important is this game coming up on Saturday, and what the conversation's been like within the locker room?
We just ready to play one of those bigger teams, one of those teams that's projected to go to the NCAA tournament. We didn't get that many chances last year to do that, so getting those non-conference games so we can show everybody what we can do against those type of teams. So it's an amazing opportunity to get it early on rather than waiting for the bid at the end of the year.
How much are you guys looking forward to the opportunity to show what this team really is about?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it a lot. Like Tank said earlier, we haven't really discussed too much about Richmond and what they do, but we already know that they got good players and they got a good team. So we're ready to get back in the Knapp Center. It was jumping on Sunday, so hopefully it is again, and we're just gonna have fun out there. So.
Just out of curiosity, how much, if at all, did you watch Drake last year? Know about him when you decided to transfer out?
Yeah, no, it's actually it's funny because I tell some of the guys like, man, I was tuned in last year. Like when you guys was going 18-0, only 3 teams left undefeated in the country. I was watching. I don't know how much they believe me, but yeah, I was definitely watching them because it was history. Being undefeated for that long, that's unprecedented. So I was definitely tuned in a little bit.
So then when you get a call, is that kind of an exciting aspect of things too, when you've been following this team the way you did, and here we are?
Yeah, I would say so for sure. When, Coach Gatens, he was the guy, he called me, and I was just like, I was kind of surprised at first, and then, they told me about an opportunity, and I just, thought about it for a little while, and then, the rest was history, so.
Who was the first guy on the team to call you after you announced?
Actually, before I committed, I talked to Jonah. He called me, and we actually talked for like 30 minutes. And that was kind of like, man, he's a good guy. This place seems like a great place. So I was like, that was kind of cherry on top, a little bit. Jonah Jackson.
Last question for you, Tank. Any chance DeVries let you run a yoga class for the team one of these days?
Oh man, I would do it if you would let me. I would do it. Yeah,
All right,
we'll see.
Yes, sir.